Okay, he's made here another update. Okay, so I'm still adding more shit to my Impulse. So this is the Bestem or Bestem T-Box X929. It's a trunk liner. I bought the trunk liner for it. So it was like about $30 on Amazon, and I think it was like in an Amazon warehouse in Newark, which is not far from where I live. So I got it pretty fast. Yeah, so it came in a really big box. I think the shipping was free though, so good deal. But yeah, basically it's a liner for the Bestem T-Box that I just installed on my Empulse. So let's go install it. But let's take a quick look at it first. So I'll take it out of the box. So there it is. It is a kind of just a foam liner, and it's kind of like it's got like a spandex sort of on the outside to keep stuff from like scratch. The reason I wanted this is so stuff doesn't shift around in there and like it clunks around and stuff. It'll pad stuff, you know. Except this doesn't look like it's going to be as easy to clean as just the straight plastic. There are Velcro thing here and back here. So I think if you wanted to Velcro it in, you could. Oh yeah, there's some on the side too. There. And on the bottom is a some kind of like an item number type thing. I guess maybe they just have these all on the shelf or something. This is probably something for Amazon or UPS. Yeah, I could probably take that off. Yeah, they probably just have these all on the shelf or something, and then they just grab it. And there's like no number on it or anything to scan, so that's probably the number to scan it. So there it is. It's so the outside is just like a foam, kind of like a impact foam type stuff. It is, I'd like to say, 1/8 thick. I guess it's not good to have it too thick. And the thicker the better is, right? You get more shock absorption, but also it takes up more space in the trunk. So we'll see. Let's go install. All right, there it is. It's gonna go in my Impulse. So I kind of don't want to Velcro it on. I mean, I guess you could take it off. It's Velcroed, or hook and loop fastener to the trunk. So because I do have one on my KLR, and I guess if I want to move it from one place to another. It would have been nice if they had like a little strap, I guess, but I guess this isn't really designed to carry stuff, you know. I'd say like there could be a strap and you just pull it out and then you can just take it out, you know. You could just take the whole trunk out, I guess. So there it is. So if you don't remember, this is my Victory Impulse. Alright, so we got so I made 2 previous videos to this. One installing the trunk and taking it, and then the second one was taking it for a test drive. So now I'm adding onto it. So I guess this is the part 3, and I'm just adding this trunk liner. Yeah, like I said, I wanted a trunk liner so like stuff wouldn't like slide around so much, or like less chance of damaging something in there. Because I got a lot of stuff in there, sort of. And yeah, so the cost of all of this. So if you remember correctly, that the rack that holds the trunk cost me $250 to fabricate, and then the trunk itself was like $90, and then this liner is about 30 bucks. A little pricey, not too bad though. So I'm down in the whole $320. No, is it 300? No, it's my math is wrong. It is so 250 plus 90 is 340. Yeah, it's like $370. Holy shit, man, I've spent a lot of money just to add some cargo capacity to this Impulse, which is probably eating up my my range as well. Who knows? All right, anyway, so yeah, it's a pretty pricey cargo system now, but I got the best components for the cheapest price anyway. There it is. There's the Bestem trunk. Let's take this stuff out first. My lock and my pump. Let's put it on my 07 right here. A little tool bag here. Little tiny tools. And then let's get rid of this. Yeah, this kind of has to not be in the way actually. Let me just take that cable out. So we're going to put the trunk liner in. I guess the straps go over it. And right down in there. And the Velcro kind of gets in the way. I don't think you have to put the Velcro. But as you can see, it fits so perfectly. Alright, yeah, so there it is. It's installed. Surprised they didn't make a little. Oh, they did. See, there's a little. It's like a little indentation for it. Just barely there. For the. Oh yeah, I see. Oh yeah. So there it is. And just put the straps in. So it just covers the bottom part. And I guess if you don't use the Velcro, it's gonna do that number. It's kind of annoying. So there it is. And go put all the goodies back in. So I need to put that paper needs to come out. So this is like the standard stuff I ride with. There we go. Now stuff still kind of rolls around and stuff, but it'll it's less chance of it getting damaged on each other. And I'm just gonna take this off and I'm gonna go Velcro. Do something about this wire. But, there you go. You can still use the little strappy thing. It conforms pretty well. It doesn't get in the way with taking the trunk off because the mechanism is down here. It's pretty awesome. We'll see if I can put my helmet in there still. Let's see. Okay, there it is. There's my helmet. So supposedly this trunk's supposed to fit like 2 helmets, but it only fits one of Hades Omega's helmet. Hades Omega's adventure riding helmets. It's this that takes up a lot of space and all this junk that's hanging off. I get a Cena Bluetooth dealie here and my camera here, so. But it did close before, so we'll see if it closes again. Yes, it does. It does, and it doesn't interfere at all. So that's good. And it'll be a little easier on the helmet, you know. Good. I like it. So it's the first time I got one of these. I splurged a little bit on it, but it'll be nice. Yeah, so you know I've been riding the Empulse for a little while with the trunk, and I like it. It's nice. I can lock my stuff up. Nobody can see it. You know what's in there. You can go shopping and stuff. It turns your bike into ultimate urban motorcycle. Plus it's electric, so they'll never hear you coming. Yeah, I like it. Good stuff. And it closes perfectly. Sometimes I have trouble putting this in there. Yeah, so it doesn't really eat up too much space. It's just enough. And as long as my helmet can fit in there, that's fine. I can normally fit a helmet and a jacket, my riding jacket. As I mean, the lock won't be in there, and then this will be like down here somewhere. So yeah, you could definitely still put a lot more stuff in there. And my gloves are in the helmet, so cool deal. There it is. The Bestem or Bestem T-box liner. Alright, here's me here. I've been riding with this trunk liner for like a day now, and I have noticed that the plastic here is rubbing on the reflector here, and that's what this little dust is. It's pieces of ground up plastic. But also I've noticed I mean, it does make it hard to clean the trunk now. I mean, I guess you can just take it out and then like get an air gun and shoot it out, but it starts collecting lint and dust and stuff. So let's see this stuff in here. See lint, and that's something I didn't really notice when it wasn't on there. So I don't know. We'll see how it is. I think it's okay. You know, it would be harder to kind of clean, but the good thing is you can take the liner out. I'm sure you could take the liner out and just get a hose and just, you know, hose it every once in a while and just leave it out in the sun to dry. So, still like it. It's a nice little touch. And yeah, stuff will get less banged up in here, you know. Alright. Also, one thing I want to try to doing is, I think on my KLR what I did is I put a, I think it was like it's a pot holder or something. It's like a pot holder, but it's made out of silicone, and it's really squishy. And I put it under the, between the deck and the top box. And that helped to keep it from clunking. Because if you listen, like I said, I rode with it earlier, and I noticed like, oh yeah, you know what? I don't really notice the clunking as much. Well, it's definitely less than it was before, but see that? That's just it moving around, you know, and it's bouncing around on the mount here. So I guess to keep from doing that noise, you can put something under here that pushes up on the trunk. It's kind of like the same story with these bumpers here, the little bumpers. It keeps it from moving around, you know. It exerts upward pressure on it, so it doesn't like there's not that play on it, you know. It's kind of like the bumpers on the hood, sort of, on a car. You can adjust it up and well, these ones you can't adjust. You could adjust it up and down, you know. So like there's no play between the hood and where it latches, you know. Alright, so we'll try that out. Haha! So it just so happens, kerplam, I got one. So this is what I used on my KLR to keep it from bouncing around. It's so what it is like it's kind of like a honeycomb pattern on it, and like it's got a lot of, you know, shock absorption, so you can like compress it a lot, and quite easily. And I'm just gonna wedge this between the rack and the top box. This cost me $1.50 at Daiso, so $1.50 mod. Let's try it out. Okay, there it is. It's on there. It actually kind of doesn't fit perfectly, but we'll see if this works. I could probably just cut the sides off a little bit. It doesn't really fit in this little recess here, but it's okay. There's like a raised section here in the center anyways. All right. Okay, it's back on there. Let's check it again. Makes a little less noise. Still makes noise, but that'll work. Maybe what I might want to do is I have some like pieces of it's like a rubber gasket material that I can stick underneath in those areas where there's nothing underneath. Let's try that. Okay, never mind. I decided not to do that. I think it's fine the way it is. So what I want to do is also I had these in there already, but these are little rubber grommets. And what I do is I put them on top of the peg here. See, there's like there's actually some space. Let's put the camera upside down. So you can see there's some space underneath. So you could potentially like bobble up and down on that, see? So to prevent that, I just put these little rubber grommets in there. You could probably get some like masking tape and like ball it up and then stick it under there too. That would probably work pretty good also. There you go. And it helps it from bobbling up and down. It's got a little shock absorber on it now. Cool. Doesn't make too much of a noise now. So there you go. I've been able to quiet it down a bit. Pretty cool. Alright, here's what I got.
Alright, hey, it's Mega here. I've been riding with this trunk with the liner since like yesterday. And you know what I haven't noticed is I haven't heard any clunking behind it. Like usually, like when I first installed it, I heard my stuff like, you know, rolling around, bouncing around in the trunk. So let's just go ride it over here. There's a bunch of speed bumps. I'm gonna go ride it up and down. Here's a hole. You can still kind of hear it a little bit. I think it's just actually, well, now I don't hear my stuff like bouncing around in there, but I hear the trunk kind of like bouncing around on the mount. I think that's what that is. Can't hear anything there. I know there's some speed bumps around here. Right here. I totally overshot it and I went on the sidewalk. Yeah, I can still kind of hear it. That's not bad, I guess. It's a little better. These are just these itty bitty little speed bumps. Betcha I could do a wheelie off of it. A little bit. I can get a little bit of air out of it. I need one of those monster speed bumps, you know? I can get a little bit of air. The suspension is just so stiff on this bike, you know? It just doesn't want to pop a wheelie like that, you know? And I feel that the, you know, I guess maybe the acceleration is a little soft for that. There's kind of like a little lag in the acceleration. But anyway, yeah, it still does make noises, but not that much. And I can feel confident that my stuff won't be like in pieces when I get home and I open the trunk. And right? Alright, thanks for that. Alright, so I'm leaving AutoZone here right now. Holy moly. And I just bought some brake calipers for my Mitsubishi Galant. And I put them in the trunk. I was like, you know what? They'll fit in the trunk. Don't worry. And sure enough, they did. The trunk just swallowed them up. Even with all my lock and all that stuff in there, it still fit. With still room on top of it. So yeah, but definitely you can feel the weight. You can feel the extra weight on the bike. Let's see if that. Just see how hefty that super rack is, man. To see how hard, how strong it is. Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm only going like a short distance with it though, but yeah, you know, I'd imagine if you fill the trunk up with stuff, it's gonna weigh a good amount, you know. I'm sure those brake calipers probably weigh somewhere in the neighborhood has to weigh at least 20 pounds. I'm not gonna weigh it or anything, but they're heavy, man. I had trouble carrying them out of the auto parts store, and I got the foam liners in there and everything, so they're nice and cushioned, but they're in boxes though, anyway, so. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. I can tell you this: when you're riding the bike pretty slow, you can feel it. You can feel the extra weight pushing the bike over. So be careful. Be careful when you're riding with that much stuff on the back of the bike. Fortunately, I'll not have to do it for very long, you know. Yeah, I bought a new set of brake calipers for my Galant. One of the brakes are dragging, and I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna replace both of them. I'll definitely get my money's worth out of this trunk, man, I'm telling you. I may have paid like, how much did I pay again? $370? $370 for all that stuff, dude, and that's a good chunk of change for a freaking trunk. I gotta make the most of it, you know? Alright. Please check out. Oh, yeah, I definitely feel the bike wanting. I definitely feel like the bike wanting to lean over a little more into the turns. Which is, it's not bad, I guess. But I definitely feel like now that I have the trunk on there and everything, I should get this bike to a suspension shop, or a place that does adjust suspension, and to have the suspension dialed in for my weight and the extra shit I loaded onto the bike, you know. Pretty much the only thing that really adds weight to the bike is that trunk, you know. So that's probably a good 20-ish pounds to the bike, maybe. So I probably want to get that. Now would probably be a good time to get it dialed in. I'll probably go there with all my gear on and then sit on the bike, and they can go set it up. And I could probably do it myself, but I don't really know how to do the dampening. You know, I think they know how to do that better. And then yeah, then I don't have to mess around with it. Maybe just get it set up for a little extra preload. You know, just in case I add weight to the bike. But yeah, here it is. I'll show you. I got it pretty loaded up. Kaplam, dude, look at that. At least half the trunk full. You can probably still put some stuff on top of it, like a sweater or something. I don't know. But it all fit in there pretty good. Yeah, these are the brake calipers. They are beefy. Look at that. Let's hope they do the trick. Alright. Imagine if you put those on this bike. Too much braking. It's okay, this bike already has good brakes though. So there it is. I've installed it to the max, and the trunk is still on there. The bike isn't broken or anything, so it's not drooping or anything. But that is a very rare instance that I will put some stuff that heavy on the bike. Probably not very common. But there it is. It does it. So I gotta keep on using this. So keep on using the trunk, so I can justify spending the big bucks on it. All right. Easy to make out.